lead at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Well, Coach, the calendar may say autumn, but temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida. But the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can...
And not too much time has elapsed yet here in this one. Let's get you into the action here early in this first quarter.
Who is it? Who's watching?
Young lady. They can't hang with that.
Breeze now on first down. And incomplete to open things up. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. But it's going to be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down? The offense or the defense?
Whoa. Alvin Kamara is not hurt.
It is Reed.
I knew it. Halfback. Wait, so, no, Alvin Kamara's hurt.
Are you sub to me?
Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now Breeze on third down. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Oh, my baby shot.
The good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return.
Let's go, coach.
Now Foles. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition in practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once they get
off target, too. 11 yards there, first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week. 13 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown.
And to me, the goal is the exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often. I think he's got another big game in him in this one.
From the 45 on second down. Foles. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're going to face a third down. Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette.
We sacked him in the backfield,
Get away sacked back at the 22. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal?
30-yard field goal?
Absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Bree's going to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They'll try the counter with Washington.
You can't kid me.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, New Orleans. Dwayne Washington, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead.
That boy Washington.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
2nd and 5 now. Foles. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
What?
Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jets.
Will you show the first down marker? Okay, a first down marker is... Stop it. I don't want to mark anybody. Alright, I guess I'll mark him. Alright, there's the first down marker. You can see it right over there. Alright, zoom out. He is not past that. Whatever.
With the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
No, I should have blitzed.
Foles. Short of the marker by just a yard, leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he completes it to Westbrook. That one a first down pickup of 8.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit.
I missed it. That would have been maybe a
fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
On second down, here's Fournette. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. A.J. Klein on the tackle there.
First down and field goal.
There's Foles. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy.
No.
And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down.
Dang it.
That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. Foles going to come up now, 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Going with Armstead, a first down carry. So he got 3 of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Foles. And it's incomplete.
Ooh, I was about to lace him.
He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is...
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Let's go, baby.
So here are the Saints to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 20.
Turn on the jet.
Washington to begin the drive. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
What?
The coach.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to worry the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Breeze now to throw. No. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did.
What?
So that is a bold decision to go for it, and that bold decision does not pay off.
And when you talk about bold, you're saying all caps?
All caps.
Yeah, without a doubt. Maybe they're telling their defense they have a lot of faith in them. I mean, that's how you have to spin it, is that you tell your defense, you know something? We were able to go for it there because you guys are so good. I'm not worried about things. That's the only explanation I can come up with in this situation.
Well, he better get ready to spin it for that post-game presser because you know he's going to be out.
He's going to have to spin it for his own locker room, frankly.
And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This one taken from the 7.
Move.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
I do exactly right.
Later tonight, we have more football, Sunday night football, a good one out west. Steelers and Chargers might see equal amounts of black and gold mixed with the powder blue in the stands for that one. And then tomorrow, Monday night football, Detroit and Green Bay battle in the NFC North from Lambeau Field. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. From the 36, Breeze. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Draw play, Washington. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Alright, let's see if they can get a hard with a swing. A Hail Mary.
So we have reached halftime with a visiting an abbreviated halftime show as we get right into quarter 3.
I should have gone for...
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. Now a hit and loose football.
When you kick off and you go downfield and get the ball back, that's what I call a great opportunity.
In a one-score game, I always circle, and you know this, but in my play-by-play sheet, I circle big plays. It could be turning points. This could be a turning point.
Did you put a second circle around this one? This is pretty big.
I put a star. Second half beginning with a run from Fournette. Demario Davis, who was the Saints' leading tackler, 35, good for a gain of 5.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Number 19.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
Don't do it.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big pickup of 38. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Breeze. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans.
Nickelodeon.
Michael Thomas. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Oh, we're winning. Let's go.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked.
Go to someone else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players. And maybe try to hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
Hey, put in the comments down below your favorite NFL player. I'll probably win Alvin Kamara.
Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
Nope, I'm not going for it.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. The lead is theirs here in the third quarter, but it's really been the ground game that's been the recipe for success.
You mean the spotlight isn't shining as brightly on the guy throwing it?
No, it's the man behind him that's had a heck of a game.
And that's really okay. That's actually what you're looking for. I mean, your pride tells you, hey, I want to be responsible. I want to throw a bunch of touchdown passes. But when you're able to run the football, typically speaking, your team's doing pretty well. And in this case, they're winning.
We'll see if they have balance on this drive.
I'm about to do
Miles Jack there to make the tackle. From the gun on third down, Brees. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they like some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, and they were able to do so on that play.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Jags take over in terrific field position. On play action, they'll throw. Completes it to Lee. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
I have stupid.
That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville at a first down. Bills now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60% at its 1st and 10. Back to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Keelan Cole, the intended target. But it'll be 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. D.D. Westbrook is intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. Well, he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette, his 3rd touchdown now of the year, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through. That's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start the drive in Washington. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ends up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On second down now. It's Washington, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first, here's Washington. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Target to Cook, and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 yards on the play, first down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of the defense.
Dang it.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all.
Why, buddy?
It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively. First down for Central Florida alum, Latavius Murray. And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars 16.
What am I doing?
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Out of the pistol. Here's Hill. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
I didn't mean to choose that
Taysom
play.
Hill,
I just
his first touchdown on the year. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. Let's look to add the extra point.
Almost perfect. Shit.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score
Let's hold 'em right
21-14.
here, boys.
So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards and was polished off by the touchdown run from the 16-yard line. After the touchdown, wants to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
From the 27, Foles. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Let's go.
He's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Well, baby, let's go.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. They're going to look to throw. Going underneath here, the tight end DeValve.
Right, 3rd, 13, hold him right here.
And partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Let's go.
There, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Georgia. And comment down below what's your favorite college team. Be honest, mine's Miami Hurricanes.
Down, here we go.
I don't know about y'all.
They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Looking long for Westbrook. And that is incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Saints are going to get it back in great shape. So the failure to convert, no doubt, really hurts. But this one's not over. Good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help in big way. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a first down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of down. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken.
I'll be right back, chat. I'm going to go to the bathroom. All right, chat. I'm
1:55 remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Washington. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Stop calling timeout.
And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. They run from the shotgun with Washington. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Dwayne Washington, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Foles and the Jags down by 2 touchdowns. 1:45 to play. Field goals useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yeah. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. That's out to his running back, Fournette. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
Now Leonard Fournette. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And finding Keelan Cole. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags. 58 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
To throw again on second down. Foles over the middle, and it's incomplete. The running back, Leonard Fournette, his intended receiver, and it's third down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Foles. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get
I'm trying to get that hurdle.
As you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw.
I did the wrong thing.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
95-56. I got one.
Dadgummit.
On first down. It's
I almost
Washington.
got that hurdle.
He's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I'm going to run the clock out. This hurdle
right back to Washington. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
I'm trying to
with
get that
4
hurdle.
seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Yellow lady.
Let's hurdle somebody.
They'll run on first down. Washington, and he's going to get this inside the 30. So this one a victory here for New Orleans, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Saints, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they can't quite.
Well, that's another win. Well, that's it for the stream, folks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. Just stay tuned.